Yo, yo, yo. Sup, YouTube land. Bam, bam. Let y'all sneak up in here. You feel me? Yo, what up, y'all? Coronavirus is still a thing. Make sure you're practicing physical distancing. Make sure you wear a mask, covers the mouth and the nose. Condolences to the folks who passed during this time. Prayers with you and your family. If you're sick, hope you're on the road to recovery and getting better. Tape. Tape is out right now. Tape is myself, Lupe Fiasco, and Soundtrack. Soundtrack from joints like Kick Push and Hip Hop Saved My Life and Paris Tokyo and Superstar, etc. So just want to come in here real quick, let y'all know that the new piece is out. People may be a little confused about what it is. Tape is kind of like an ongoing little project that me and Soundtrack kind of started. We work on a lot of different kinds of music. Got a lot of different kind of projects and different things that's in different lanes. One of the lanes was trap music. Soundtrack had a bunch of trap beats kind of sitting. I normally stick to kind of doing the real like lyrical, conceptual stuff over the more like dense kind of jazzy blues beats, soul beats. That's like my forte. But I can do all the other stuff as well. And kind of track had all these beats just sitting. So I was like, oh, let's just play with those and see what happens. So the plan is to kind of just treat tape almost as a playlist, which may eventually kind of accumulate into a EP or kind of like some maybe a little longer. But it all depends on y'all. You know what I'm saying? We dropped these first two just kind of like as a taste to see if people like really rock with it, see if people like it, see if it catch. And if people catch, if it catch on and people like it, we got more in the clip, more in the tank to put out more. And the idea is to just kind of release a couple joints every so often, and just kind of add it to kind of the tape. Add it to kind of the tape kind of playlist, like I said, and just kind of accumulates into one piece. So right now we got the joint Oh Yes and the joint's Apologetic out right now. They're available on, the big kind of streaming platforms. So you can get on Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, Pandora Music. And like I said, this is a little bit more of kind of the stuff that we would normally kind of do on mixtapes, kind of play with little beats, kind of current little trap music, play with different styles and stuff like that. Only difference is we just kind of making like real songs out of it. So it's more in the vein of like Drogas Light or maybe some older mixtape, Lucy kind of stuff we did, but taking it a little bit more serious, putting a little bit more energy, coming from a different way. With that said, if you a fan and you expect like the super lyrical acrobatics and stuff like that, maybe tape's not your forte. Again, it's not really for the lyrical, super Lupe lyrical fans like that. It's more for a different audience. Of course, I got different kinds of people that the music caters to. So the music on tape you might not mess with, but I suggest maybe you get House. House EP is available right now. That's myself and Kalen Ellis, featuring Virgil Abloh and Crystal Torres. Maybe stick to that. We do have more kind of the traditional kind of Lupe music on the way in the clip, but that's a little bit later in the year. We want to kind of focus on just hitting you with these tapes, type vibes, real melodic, kind of upbeat, more trappy, real basic, kind of simple approaches to things, as opposed to getting like super duper uber complex. Because the next record after this one is a little bit more conceptual, a little bit more complex. So kind of want to give people a break, take off your thinking caps a little bit prior to dropping that, and just kind of have a little bit more fun, play with a little bit more music. So there won't be a tape 2. It'll stay tape. We'll just add more records as it goes along. over the course of maybe the next month, 2 months, something like that. You know, as we feel like it, and depending on how y'all rocking with the joints. You know, if the response is y'all don't really fuck with this, we'll just kind of put tape to the side, go back to focus on the more traditional things. But at the same time too, just remember, you know, tape's not really for the super Lupe lyrical, conceptual, political situations. It's not for that at all. I'm telling you that from my own mouth. Like, you ain't gotta wait to hear from a blog or some review or for yourself. I'm telling you that right now. And I'm not really I'm not upset if you don't like it, if you want to move on to something else, like that's cool. Again, it's not for everyone. It may not be for you. But there's definitely other Lupe fans who really enjoy when we do music like this and kind of mess around and put out stuff that's a little bit more current. So again, if you feel like, you know, this ain't your forte, you know, we appreciate you checking in on it. You know, you can just kind of either go back to House EP. I'm thinking of maybe I got this other little project that I was thinking maybe I'll do in the interim, while we putting out tape, something for the more super lyrical heads to kind of fuck around with, but it's a little bit more intensive. It takes a little bit more work, but it depends, you know, unless we see like a real backlash, people not really fucking with it, we're gonna kind of keep moving on where we at. And you know, that's that. So that's the tape piece. Again, to kind of reiterate, think of it more like a playlist as of right now, and we'll just kind of sporadically add music to the playlist over time. It'll all be titled tape. There won't be a tape 2 or tape 3, just to keep things consistent. It'll stay the same name, Lupe Fiasco on soundtrack. Me and soundtrack on the beats, me on the raps. It'll still be kind of in this lane of kind of like this upbeat trap kind of situation. And we'll just kind of continuously over the next month or 2 months or whatever, depending on how people vibe with it, depending on the response that we get back. If people fucking with that vibe, then we'll keep going down that lane. And then eventually you'll just over time get something that's about the length of an EP or maybe even an LP. So that's the piece on it. We not, you know, it is what it is. Again, we got the plan is to have like another record out hopefully by the end of the year, like a full just kind of Lupe project. But between now and then, we're gonna just kind of pepper up the audience who fucks with this tape shit. So that's it, man. Appreciate it. Thank y'all for who have tuned in. Wanted to kind of drop this here to kind of give people a certain clarity on what it's gonna be. And you know, just vibe with the music. If you really rock with it, let me know. Hit me on the gram. Hit me on the Twitter page, wherever. Go to lupefiasco.com. You can get the links and everything to tape. But if again, it's available on Amazon Music. Well, I don't know if I think it's available on Amazon Music, but definitely available on iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, Pandora, Tidal. So you can just check it out. Just type in tape, and it should come up. And right now it's just 2 joints, but again, we just kind of wanted to test the water, not beat you up over the head with a bunch of joints. Even though we got a bunch of joints kind of in the clip, just waiting to see how y'all rock with it and vibe with it. If y'all fuck with it, vibe with it, we're gonna keep it going. But if not, we probably gonna pull back and move to something else. Cool. So man, appreciate y'all. Any questions? We're not taking the homie Dapner Productions asked, you know, we're not really taking beats. You know, I got enough beats. Me and Track just gonna kind of ride out the rest of the season. Just me and him banging out joints. Maybe a couple from the other homies. Shout out to Wiz and the Buchanans. But other than that, we probably just gonna keep it straight to just me and Track vibing. So appreciate you wanting to send us beats over, but we good. Nah, we don't need ideas. We good on ideas. We straight. Trust me, we good. We good on music. Good on ideas, hooks, choruses. We good. But appreciate you for kind of reaching out. Will you ever do rock genre again? Me and Graham kind of got some Japanese cartoon stuff, some real like just basic stuff, but we actually trying to figure out how we want to we might re-release the first album, In the Jaws of the Lords of Death. So if you was a fan of Japanese cartoon and you always wanted kind of an official release, we thinking of how we maybe we re-release that music, make some vinyl or something like that. So we're in conversations with that, but it's not like a big rush. But we might do that. But yeah, it would just be the first Japanese cartoon album. It won't be a new album, just so y'all know. So when we talk about re-releasing, it would be that. But we kind of got some ideas for maybe new Japanese cartoon music, but that's like so far down the line. But we just kind of look peeking at it, see if it makes sense. If it don't make sense, then we move on to something else. Are you ever going to release barbecue chicken thighs officially? Probably not. Barbecue chicken thighs is more just kind of like a little loosey, little free situation. Mostly because we don't want to have to worry about clearing the sample, so we just kind of put that out for y'all to vibe with. So it probably won't be released officially. It was never really meant for that. Any features on Tape Tape? As of right now, no. There's no features on Tape Tape. It's just me and Track. But we'll see. Maybe it's some remixes or something. Again, it all depends on how people rocking with it. If people rocking with it, then we'll move on. But if not, then no. Is there any other chance of virtual show? We've been doing virtual shows on the low, but they mostly been private. So we've done a couple more. I think one of them you might see some virtual concerts, but I think that one was like short. But you will see. But we've been doing them. But like I said, we just did two, but one of them was for like a private event, so it wasn't meant for the public. But the other one potentially, yeah, you might see it. Can we get a song title for what Mickey Facts keep talking about? You probably won't see that. To be honest, it's not really meant for like the public like that. So I mean, it's there. It's something it's more personal for me and for my peers. It's not really meant for the public. So you may not see it. It depends on how I feel. If I feel like putting it out, if I can get it together, maybe. But right now, it's more for me to vibe with and to kind of play for the homies. So, I don't want to sometimes give people too much. You kind of get lost in the sauce. So we kind of want to keep things controlled and confined, focus on the projects that make sense, as opposed to just trying to like put out stuff to just prove something. Is Tape just trap influenced songs? Yes, all the Tape will just be trap music. So it won't be if you're expecting like some super lyrical Lupe. I don't know if y'all can see the questions, but people asking me questions in the comments. If it's super, if you're looking for the super lyrical Lupe or that Lupe that you're used to, I suggest you kind of check out House, or you just wait till we put out the next project after Tape. But yeah, any more music that we add to Tape will all kind of be in the same vein that you're listening to right now with Oh Yes and Apologetic. And for those that are kind of just tuning in, we talking about Tape, the new EP. It's available right now on Apple Music, iTunes, Tidal, Spotify for stream or for download or whatever. So y'all can check that out. But yeah, it's me and Soundtrack, all kind of like the trappy vibes when we get in our trappy zone, because it ain't all just like jazz samples and chops and super conceptual records. We kind of play wherever the music feels good for the moment. That's kind of what we do. Most of the times we leave stuff like that on like either mixtapes, or we did some pieces of it on like Drove Us Light. So it's not like it's a new thing, but we never kind of just put full focus on it. So now we're gonna kind of put full focus on it to see how y'all fuck with it. We talk about on the YouTube live, we try and keep it just to the music, so we have a nice separation between this and what we talk about on the Yo. Oh, all right. I don't know why I just froze like that, but I got a call and it froze. So anyway, the what was I saying? Yeah, so on the YouTube lives, you're trying to keep it separate. Just kind of focus on music here. We'll probably pop in back over to IG to see what's going on. I think it's some issues with the streaming or whatever. But, you know, we'll try to keep the current events over on there and just kind of use the YouTube for music for people who come over here for the music side of things. Yeah, man. So that feels good. Hope y'all are cool and vibing. Again, Tape is out right now. Again, it's like a playlist. We'll add more songs to it as y'all feel vibe with. If y'all want more songs, we'll kind of go with that as we work on this other project. House EP, House is myself and Kalen Ellis, featuring Virgil Abloh, Crystal Torres, and Grant Burris. So I can pick that up as well, or choose between whichever one you want to rock with. And what's the other one? Yeah, man. I'll see y'all on the IGTV. Coronavirus is still a thing. Make sure you're practicing social distancing. Blah, blah, blah. Coronavirus is still a thing. Make sure you're practicing physical distancing. Make sure you wear a mask that covers the mouth and the nose. Condolences to the folks who passed during this time. Prayers with you and your family. If you're sick, hope you're on the road to recovery and getting better. Tape. Go get that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Soundtrack. Shout out to everybody who tuned in. Hope y'all enjoy the music. And we'll see y'all next time. Peace. Much love to you.